and I'm intrigued by this. This was an early contender for one of the greatest AEW segments already. Mm-hmm. Cody Rhodes comes out, has his announcement that if he doesn't beat Chris Jericho at Full Gear, then he will never get an AEW title shot again. And they reference him as management and all that. There was so much good stuff here. He talked about how their lives paralleled. One a famous hockey player's son, one a famous wrestler's son. I loved the reference to how you could get Jericho's book. I believe that he said he hadn't read for $3 online. This wasn't not a good wrestling promo, and I'll hear from Alex first because this is one of the few things he saw in totality. This was a goddamn great promo, a top-notch promo of the year promo, and you know what it did, Alex? It sold some tickets. It sold some pay-per-views. It put some asses in some seats. This ruled.
Yes. All of those things that you said are true, times 1,000. Like this thing, this was so good by Cody. And the thing I love about it also is that it takes everybody's whispers online about stuff, and not even whispers. Other people are shouting about it. Like, how can you have these active performers who are also management? They're just going to book themselves into title matches and put themselves over whenever they feel like it. And we don't want that out of AEW. And Cody says, okay, I hear you. I don't want those whispers. I don't want those shouts. So here's how I'm going to deal with that, which is a great thing. Like the actual substance of it, what he's revealing about the stipulation in the match and why he's making the stipulation, all very important and really well handled. And then the actual art of the promo, the way it was written by him or whatever, delivered off the cuff, I'm not sure, but it was perfectly done. Like the idea of saying that, oh, so I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, the son of Dusty Rhodes. I'm sorry, I didn't read your book, but I'm assuming that you had it so rough growing up. Like that, all that was so good. And the fire with which he delivered it, the fact that the camera was right in his face and not way up, but zoomed in, like that really added to the authenticity of it. Where he turned his back to the camera and addressed the entire arena, all of that. It made it feel just so grounded and real and visceral. It was fantastic. If AEW is still around and going strong in 10 years, 15 years, they'll look back on this promo and say this is something that started something, like really gave a lot of gravitas to Cody and his role within the company and how the company's going to grow out of it. Loved it.
Warren, really excited to hear your thoughts on this. Thought he knocked it out of the park.
It did a couple of things, and it added so much to the feud. And what's fantastic is that we know Chris Jericho is full of crap, and I'm using crap instead of the other word because we haven't gotten anything for the swear jar yet. And the idea here is, Chris Jericho last week, calling out MJF saying, who wears a scarf? Only an idiot wears a scarf, kind of thing. So it just works on the level of adding, it works on the level of Chris Jericho's character as well. Of course, Jericho, it's as if sometimes he lacks this self-awareness about who he is while pointing out someone else's faults. And Cody used it against him, but used it in such a passionate and real way. It's fantastic. Plus, on top of that, the promo served as a cheerleading moment for the AEW fans as well, because it started off him saying, we're listening, we're here for you guys. We know what's going on, and we have our ear to the ground. And, we're trying to build something, change the world, etc. It was very, to use a term that was overused this week, but it was very rah-rah, but it worked. It was a rah-rah speech that actually worked and got people pumped and motivated. So on one end, helped the feud, but also lit the fire under the base again. And that was fantastic. I thought, look, there's nothing I can add that you guys haven't already said about the substance of what he said. It is fantastic. It is a promo for the ages. He went backstage, and everyone was like, well, look at how the boss does it. This is the bar now. This is the bar. It's just that simple.
A lot of people feel a lot of different ways about the stipulation. I hear people on both sides. Oh, it gives away the main event. I don't think it does.
I don't think it does either.
I think that AEW would be into telling that type of story and how they could get around that, and Cody Rhodes being a main eventer who can't be the main event champion. Alex?
Cody doesn't ever need to hold the belt to be a big deal in AEW. Not ever. Not once. Not ever.
And
he can still be a huge deal in that. Yeah, it's great.
And sorry to cut you off. Not like this stipulation has to hold up forever. They've got casino battle royals and stuff like that. They've got ways they can get around stuff like that.